Sport 4x4 level 1 experience coming on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have fun. The wild track, 4-wheel drive, wild track X, 4x4, normal wild tracks, Platinum, Everest 4x4, beautiful one. Also this one, Platinum 4x4, beautiful one. Wild track 4x4. Platinum is V6, beautiful. Nice one, Martha. You must put in a Baja mode, man. Really, man. A Baha mode, you wanna really kill this shit. We wanna land, man. The clean one, travel. Are you ready, my chummy? Ready? Let's go do it. Don't, what if I bump my car anything? Don't worry, we're gonna have fun. We're just gonna have fun, man. You bump it, it's fine. The insurance will pay. Nice one.
stuff or think it's a forklift. You know, this rough my palm type of driving. You want both hands in control, get the vehicle to follow your directions. Then you know you're in control. Seat belts on, even the youngsters please, for your safety, keep them in. And then lastly, a thing to understand is windows. Now today we might need to communicate with the driver, also giving you instructions before you start driving. Then open your window a little bit so we can have communication. With the mud, if you can have your window open, you will have a spotted face. The moment the wheels turn, the mud comes in through open windows, so protect yourself. And also it helps with what is inside, need to stay inside. Your vehicle should fall on the side. There's no one, even if you're in the gym 3 times a day, that's strong enough to put your hand out to keep the vehicle from not scratching. So you want a barrier, nothing goes out, and the bees and the snakes don't come in. So that's why always regulate your windows, only for communication that we will open it up and communicate. For the rest, make sure you're safe. When there's an obstacle, put one vehicle in the obstacle until it's cleared 100% and it's safe for the next vehicle to go in. But we'll manage that risk as much as we can. Then whenever you don't know an obstacle, when an obstacle is blind, it's sometimes better to walk through it, to know what is waiting you, plan your entry, plan your exit, and now can my vehicle go through it? Because we need to work with approach angle, departure angles, okay, breakover angle, my ground clearance, all of that. Now eventually today, I want all of you to drive through this little road of yours. That is now a pothole road.
It's a normal road.
Yes, it's a normal road. So the sooner everybody has walked through the holes, we can start driving.
Okay.
Why are you laughing? Huh? I told you I'm going to change your clothing. The spots on your clothing, and everybody with white shoes are nominated to walk through the mud. So we can see what it looks like underneath. No, I won't do that to you. What we're going to do now is I'm going to get Ross now to drive that vehicle through here so you can see from the outside how the suspension works. I want you to listen to the vehicle's communication. The engine will tell you when it's not happy. It will tell you when it has to labor, when you need to force a lot of power into it, you get very little from the vehicle. Too much resistance to movement sometimes. Or when the vehicle is not strong enough, it will tell you, I can't go through here. And the moment you put too much power, the vehicle releases itself. You always want an easy, nice, gentle flow of the vehicle. That's part of it. What is wheel spin? Wheel spin means I'm losing drive. You will become temporarily delayed. And I need to realize how to overcome that situation so I can keep going on. So for that purpose, Ross is now slowly going to drive through here. You're going to stand a little bit closer, but just bear in mind, if anything happens to that vehicle, there's wheel spin. You mustn't stand with. You see, the first thing that will happen is my approach angle. When the vehicle starts to rotate to dip, does it touch? Is there interference, or is there still maximum clearance? Okay. And our motto off-road is go as slow as possible and only as fast as necessary. You want momentum, you want momentum.
So what code would that be?
What's happening here?
What code is that?
That is what I want you to find out.
For L.
It's for L,
Why is he temporarily delayed? If you look left rear, you'll see the problem. Off the ground. Come and have a look here.
The spin. The wheel spin. Oh, it's too
That's what I wanted you to realize and to see. Can you guys now see how the diff works? That differential. Your power into your axle will always follow the path of least resistance, meaning the wheel that can turn the easiest of the two. At this point, this one has got zero contact, zero grip, so 100% of that power will escape through this wheel. It just turned free. Nothing driving my opposite wheel, so I become temporarily delayed. That is what happens to power. And I need something driving my wheels to maintain the momentum. Yes? No. That is just the run of the wheel. Power will always follow the route of least resistance. So go to the wheel that can turn easier than the opposite one.
So if you had to switch on the diff lock now, you'd be moving.
We will go through that process. Now the other thing is, if you look at this vehicle, what's happening here? What is my configuration of this vehicle?
It's too aged now.
Okay.
Too high.
So if he wasn't my colleague, I would have said, this idiot is trying to drive off-road in two-wheel drive. Can you see all the power goes to one axle? Nothing in the front. Everything escapes through one wheel. This is not the way that I want to go off-road. How do you overcome this situation?
For age.
4H.
Yeah.
Okay, before I ask him to put it in 4H, let's stand safely on the opposite side again. You now saw what is happening here. And I want you out of the mud and you put it Okay, so we say two-wheel is not doing it, we're going four-wheel. Let's see the effect. Now power is onto my front wheels also. 4H.
For age.
Okay. Now what's happening? I'm in four-wheel drive, but now Mother Nature tells me rear wheel losing traction, one front wheel losing traction. So although I've got four-wheel drive, I've got power escaping through two wheels, one front axle, one rear axle. So I am a little bit longer temporarily delayed. What is the next thing that I will do?
Diff lock.
Do we still have low range?
Yeah.
And let's see what happens.
Oh yeah, low range.
So we go low range.
So this is the low range now.
That is low range. Okay, so what is happening? Without any power, my vehicle is so strong the wheels turn slower, but still I haven't got rid of that power escaping through two wheels. So I've got my two options. We discussed this morning, I've got traction control. How does traction control work? The computer needs to work out which wheel is turning faster than the others. Then eventually it will apply ABS brakes to that wheel. Once I stop the spinning wheel, my power flow to the opposite one, powering it up and driving that vehicle from that point. But for that purpose, I need to my foot on the accelerator. My wheel must first spin before it knows which wheel and apply the brakes. So you mustn't come off your accelerator, you must keep the power on, and to get the system to activate, sometimes increase the speed, increase the wheel spin, keep the power, and feel when the system activates itself. So now,
And how do you activate the system?
it's automatically, it's waiting for wheel spin, and it starts to regulate wheel spin whenever it occurs. So the computer work out, this one is turning faster than that one, so when I apply brakes it must be to the fast one to slow it down, so power flows to the opposite.
So the setting is just 4 low and then
All out, and you work with your accelerator. So let's see how Ross is now going to work it to get traction control to work. So wheels are spinning, increase power to that point where you see wheels are slowing down. And I can get my there's a lot of wheels, but what do I need? More power so that the system can actually lock that spinning wheel. Now it will have an effect. And you saw what happened when it comes off the accelerator. Traction control negates, kicks out, and then the vehicle rolls back. So when you're on traction control, keep the power, increase, but the power needs to stay on the wheels consistently. Why didn't you put your diff on here? Because I wanted to show you traction control. I want to see, you to see the two different systems. Now we go to Mother Earth, the environment. Is it very environmentally friendly to use traction control. What do I get? Wheel spin, I get mud, I get rocks, I start digging holes. So whenever it catches you out, sometimes it's quickly to put the power on and immediately you'll get through that little bit. But to start spinning in one point to try and get it out, it's not very good for the environment. Now we will go for the more mechanical friendly thing, and that is my differential lock. So now Ross, from there, put on the diff lock. He's going to be in low range still, but adding to that, manual first gear on the gearbox. So you manually put your gearbox in first gear and it stays in first gear. That means the vehicle is now so strong it will idle through here without touching it. Let's have a look.
Follow in one gear, gear one.
Gear 1 with the rear diff lock on. Now you'll see when the wheel elevates, it's locked to the opposite one. There's no wheel spin happening at the back.
Is his foot on the accelerator?
No, it's idle. With the automatic idles straight here when you're in first gear.
This is first gear.
Allows power still to flow through the torque converter to the wheel. Just on idling mode. Follow gear 1. Diff lock.
You press diff lock.
The diff lock, so you can see the two rear wheels, but one is not spinning to the other one. They are turning together. That is what causes this vehicle to carry on. So the diff lock is a magical thing. It's mechanically sympathy. Okay, it works well. It doesn't spin the soil out, and it gives you the ability to slowly keep on driving. Just move with it. Just flow with it. Now let's go into the design of the Ford's diff lock. It is what we now term electromechanical diff lock. So it is not a pneumatic. I need a lot of connection. I need my gears to engage. All of that is now differently designed. So from the previous generation to the next generation, the diff lock is now working so that I don't need to stop to engage my diff lock. You can drive towards a difficult spot and say, I might need my diff lock. If your speed is below 30 and your wheels is turning straight, rotating the same speed, you can push your activation button of the diff lock. It will be ready, state of readiness below 30, meaning the gears are there to engage but not yet engaged. So the moment one of your rear wheels then turns free, it actually turns counterclockwise, and that causes the gears to mesh. Immediately diff lock comes on and you keep on driving. You've got your diff lock ready. That also means once I exit here and I'm on level surface, I can on the move below 30 push my deactivation button. The diff lock will be ready to deactivate, come off the accelerator, take the torque off the gears, and it will kick out. So you again don't need to stop. Regulating below 30 km an hour. Then also for safety, the diff lock, if your speed exceeds 40 km an hour with the diff lock on, the diff lock will deactivate by itself. But the activation button is still on, so when you go below 30, it will engage again until you push the button to switch the system. That holds true for your 4 on-road modes. Normal, eco,
Sand,
okay,
mud
tow
and
haul,
dry. Mud and dry.
no, tow haul and slippery. Remember what the program does. When you go into mud ruts and sand, it engages the diff lock as part of the program. And the diff lock stays on, even if you go maximum speed. It does not deactivate your diff lock. And that is that contentious part. High speed diff lock gripping, the vehicle can predict completely out of hand. So I normally say, when do I need my diff lock? Only when my wheels over articulate, when they will run free and I escape power through one wheel. Not to improve my ability on a level surface. So diff lock is for articulation. Once I'm out of articulation, diff lock off, normal system, normal operating. My wheels must turn at 2 different speeds when I steer, and the power is regulated to where it is needed. Okay, different drive modes, different application. Diff lock works differently. What you haven't seen, but I can tell you, is that the diff lock, Whenever you're in two-wheel drive, you want to park on the pavement and you've got a difficulty with the 4x4, you can switch on the diff lock. So your groceries and everything will park on top of the pavement. When I'm in 4 high, I can switch on my diff lock. Little bit of mud sometimes just to get a bit of more grip or uneven surface, the diff lock will go. And you saw it working in low range. What is the advantage we have above most of the competitors? You want something to brag about tonight? 90% of the competitors only have diff lock in low range. They cannot activate it in 4 high or in two-wheel drive. Whenever in trouble, they need to go to low range to have a diff lock. By design, we've got it across the board. Then of course Raptor, you've got front and rear. You'll see on the Raptor, your front diff lock is only available when you're in low range. When you're in high range, it will not engage the front diff lock. In low range, you've got the option, only front, only rear, or both of them that you can engage. But the problem with your front diff lock is, don't steer with the diff lock off. You get wind up in the gears. So when you need the front one, drive straight. Once you've cleared it, you don't need it. Before you turn your wheel, switch off the front diff lock, and then you can carry on and you've got open steering. So it's all mechanical safety and sympathy that we want to do. Are you good with this?
Mm-hmm.
Now what you will see here is there's a lot of slipperiness, water that you're going to do, mud, slide. Please listen to the instructions and the finger language of our instructors when we talk to you, when we guide you. And what I need to do now is, with the mud, we need to improve the traction and the grip of the guys with the on-road tires. So if you've got vehicles with highway tread, not all-terrain, we're now going to deflate your tires a little bit. You know, you get highway tread tires that works on the tar road, but the moment we go into mud, they clog up and I lose traction. So the guys with the 21 inch, the Everest, the 20 inch, some of the Wild Tracks with on-road tires, we're quickly going to run through, come to you, and we'll drop your tires pressure down to 1.8 bars. That will help you to increase on the slippery surfaces that we have. So all-terrain tires should be fine. If there's a problem, we will start to deflate those tires also. Okay. Who are the guys with the on-road tires? Okay. There I've got. Who else? We'll come to your vehicles. If you can watch and check us, what I've got is, we also have got a system or an inflation system that we refer to an in-deflate. Something the off-roaders use, and we're going to use that, where you deflate 2 tires at the same time. And it saves you 80% of the time to deflate tires. So you can come and have a look how it works while we just prep those guys with the on-road tires. Okay. I link up 2 tires and it balances, it equalizes the pressure between the 2. And now I want to drop them to 1.8. At a high pressure, they were 2.6, you would have battled in the mud here. They clogged up immediately.
That's hard, eh?
Yeah. 2 bolts. It's to improve your grip and your tires because they're very soft on-road tires.
Okay, just come forward a little bit. Come forward.
Gents, I'm gonna take a picture of you, eh?
Right, nice and slow.
Like in depth.
Don't carry on. Slow. Remember, this is like a romantic movie. Stop. Stop with the brake, my friend. You must listen what I'm telling you. Right, so what's happening? Why do we have the wheel spin?
Because the difference is...
Okay, so diff is one, and there's another reason. So, put your car in manual and then first gear. Okay, so now you're in manual first gear, switch on your diff lock. Okay, confirm on your screen, yes, there's diff lock, I'm in 4 low. Now we can slowly proceed. How easy is that? Come towards me, And now I should on just idle free. Nice and gentle, there we go. Well done.
What's about the pothole? You're not going through the pothole, this man. I got your camera, my brother. I wish someone would take me like this. Marakia, you are in it. You're not driving.
I was driving. You do this for the second time.
Oh, okay. But I got it here. Hey, I would love to do it on top there. It's very nice there.
It's scary.
It's scary but beautiful. Enjoy, gents. What was wrong there? The zip lock was off.